you just had to release a new set, Bandai. BT10 is in even a few weeks old, and we're already having to discuss a new set. All right, let's get to it. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to Mama Dragons TCG and Miniatures, and welcome to EX Collection 3 Dragonic Roar set review. I didn't think we'd be here this quick. I didn't think with BT10 releasing on October 21st here in the North America that only just a few days after that, Bandai would be telling us on November 11th, EX Collection 3 would be out. Just wow to me. It's just amazing. Like, BT10 has barely even scratched the surface of what the meta is, the deck building strategies. Yes, now we have a ban list that puts Shot 1X 4-1, which even more screws with the whole meta game. But who knows what's going up with Bandai right now. So once more, welcome back to another set discussion. We're going to look at each color, babies, all the Digimon. I'm going to discuss my feelings for these cards and how I think they'll interact with the game state and how it's going to evolve the meta. Reckoning we don't even have a meta currently, but how it's going to evolve to a BT10 EX Collection 3 meta. So without a doubt, let's begin. We only have 2 babies for this set, which is very interesting. But then again, the EX collections are side sets, so they're not as big as the main set. So we have a Beta-Jamon, or Baby-Demon. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon has Dramon or Examon in its name and becomes suspended, it gets plus 1,000 DP. Extremely good and extremely generic because of Dramon and Examon. Examon being the big new beat stick final Royal Knight for the game. He is, I believe, the secret rare for this set. And Dramon is basically just everything, like Command Dramon. That's like the only Dramon that came to my mind, but a lot of things do have Dramon at the end of their name. So, Core Dramon, that's another one. But really neat generic baby. Missimon, a new card, or new baby for the D Brigade deck. Your opponent's turn, while you have other Digimon with D Brigade in his trade and play, this Digimon gains reboot. That's actually really nice. D Brigade or the Command Dramon deck has made splashes throughout meta contention, so this is another nice card to add into that deck strategy. Giving reboot to, say, a blocker like Sildramon is really nice. Again, as long as you have another D Brigade, but if you're playing a deck full of the Command Dramons, then you'll always have D Brigade. So that's the babies. They're good for D Brigade, good for generic C. Now moving on to red, we have Sunzeramon. When attacking, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add one Digimon card with a trait containing Dragon, Saurus, or Curtospatian among your hand and place remaining cards in the bottom of your deck. I hope some of these other 2 exist. Sar and where this Creotopacian is. But very interesting card nonetheless, especially since I don't think Greymon's actually a dragon. But nonetheless, for Dragon, Sar, and for Curtopacians. But yes, very interesting card. Again, searcher cards are very nice, and especially if you're going to play a deck that uses those 3 types, it's very nice to have this to cycle your deck. Again, Digimon doesn't have a way to like open your deck and then cycle through it, like to find a specific card. It's usually always the top card. One day, maybe we'll get a card that actually looks into your deck and grabs a specific card. Maybe one day. But anyways, the deck that I'm really excited to actually playtest out of this is the new Imperial Dramon deck. It is red-purple this time. So anyways, we have a new Vmon on play by trashing 1 card with Imperial Dramon in its name or free in its trait. In your hand, draw 2 cards. Very strong. We're going to see the power of Pyodramon and Dino Beamon being able to resurrect basically Dino Beamon and Pyodramon from the graveyard, and then Jogressing into, of course, or DNA Digivolving into the Imperial Dramon Dragon mode that comes with this set. There's also a fighter mode as well, but very strong. It's doing the purple aspect of this trashing and then drawing, but it can only do it on Imperial Dramon and free type, so do be cautious on that. Your turn, while you have a purple Digimon in play, this Digimon gets plus 2k DP. That is really nice. We have Vorvamon. Your turn, once per turn, when you play Hina Hikakari, I believe that's a new tamer that's in this set as well. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. Really only a rookie killer. When attacking, if this Digimon has an on-play effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. Rookie killer. Not very strong card. I mean, sure, if you could get a yellow package in here, then yeah. Or a way to buff it up. Like, this isn't too bad to play in, again, the Gallimon deck, because of Gallimon's ability to increase the DP threshold of these deletion effects. So, a good card for that, but other than that, it's a little niche. Again, maybe Rookie Rush style decks, but still, it's not amazing. Flarerzamon. When attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has a trait that contains Dragon, Sar, or Curspacian, draw one card. Okay, so that's also very interesting. Well, this is Dragon, funny enough, so Sunzaramon can actually search this out because this is Dragon. This is Dragon as well. It's a Rock Dragon because as long as it's in the trait, you can get it, which is very interesting. So, pretty neat inheritable effect there, especially when attacking. We have Lavorvormon. Lavorvormon. On play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck. Add one Digimon card with Rock Dragon, Earth Dragon, Bird Dragon, Machine Dragon, or Sky Dragon in its trait, and add one Hina Kurikara among them to your hand. Place the remaining bottom cards of your deck. Can you guess a theme with this set? It's not called Dragonic Roar for nothing. Almost everything in here is dragons. At least so far, red's all been dragons. Except for the Imperialdramon stuff, but even then, Imperialdramon's a dragon. Place remaining cards in bottom of your deck. Really nice for cycling. When attacking, if this Digimon has an on-play effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. Still don't like the inheritable, but the on-play skill is actually pretty nice there. Again, being able to cycle your deck some more to find, of course, a tamer and then one of these said dragons. This one's a little more specific because it's actually acting you to search for Rock Dragon, Fire Dragon, Earth Dragon, blah, blah, blah Dragon. Flamedramon. When Digivolving, activate one of these effects below. One of your other Digimon may Digivolve into a purple level 4 Digimon card with free in its trait from your trash for its evolution cost. That's really, really nice. You may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play into a Digimon card in your hand by paying its DNA Digi-Evolution cost. So that's also really nice. You can choose 1, 2, so you can either take 2 level 4s you already have there, DNA them into a level 5, which is really nice. Pyodramon and Dino-Beamon from this set still have their Jogress ability, so you can immediately just take the 2 level 4s and go right into your level 5. Or if you're missing the level 4, you can immediately just go to the level 4 and then DNA after that. So it's very interesting. My guess would be that if you pay like the 2 and you go like to 1 on your opponent's turn, you can still then choose the DNA Digivolve, so you can have that of DNA Digivolving effect. And then the end of your turn, you may DNA Digivolve this Digimon and one of your other Digimon in play, do a Digimon card in your hand by paying his DNA Digi-Evolution cost. So that's really nice, especially when we go read the Pyodramon and the Dino-Beamon. If you have the new Imperialdramon Dragon mode, being able to melee once you resolve both those effects, either one of those effects, then immediately DNA Digivolve into the Dragon mode. Again, if you pass your opponent's turn, which is still very, very nice. Again, being able to do this on end turn is really, really nice. So a really good card for the new Imperialdramon deck. We have Volkdramon. Funny enough, he is a Dramon. He's a dragon. When attacking once per turn, this is his inheritable. If this Digimon has a trait that contains Dragon, Sar, or Curspacian, draw one card. Very nice. Again, as long as you have those typings. Pyodramon, of course, he DNA Digivolves for free over a level 4 purple and red. Again, that's the new color scheme for this Imperialdramon. And then when DNA Digivolving, you may play one Dino-Beamon from your trash while paying its play cost. So basically just slapping down a Dino B completely free. And on deletion, you may play one Beamon from your trash while paying its memory cost. It's very nice as well. And while this Digimon has Imperialdramon in its name, it gains Security Attack +1, which is also really nice as well. So this is what you can do. So like I said, say for instance, this Digivolves for the 2. You already have a level 4 purple up on the field. You Digivolve for this for 2. You go send 0 to your 1, your opponent. You immediately trigger the DNA Digivolve to take the Flame Dramon and the level 4 purple. You go into 𝐒𝐿𝐿. 𝐒𝐿 doesn't care what the level 4 purple is or the level 4 red is. You go 𝐒𝐿 effect to then bring out the Dino Bee, and then because it's going to be the end of your turn, because you're not going to be gaining any memory, then you trigger Flame Dramon's effect to then melee DNA Digivolve the Dino Bee and 𝐒𝐿 into Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode. The Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode from this set does have the ability to DNA Digivolve. So, very good card, a very 4-of for the new deck. We have 𝐒𝐓𝐃𝐿. He's a rock dragon. On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 5k DP or less. Then you may play one 𝐒𝐏𝐿𝐃 from your hand without paying its memory cost. I like the ability to play the tamer out, even if you can't pop the Digimon, the 5k or less Digimon. Again, you do as much of the effect as possible, so I do not have to achieve the first effect to then activate the second effect. So that's still very nice. 5k doesn't hit a lot of stuff, rookie and some odd amount of champion. Still doesn't hit a lot of things, unless you of course go the Guilmon line to buff it up. But either way, it's very nice to play out a tamer, which is normally about 3 costs basically for free. Basically for your Digivolve costs, you're basically Digivolving a Digimon, drawing a card, and playing a tamer on for free. Oh no, it's on play. Ew. That's an 8 cost? Ew. I forgot, right, these are all on play things. All these Lavo and the Vorvamon are all on place. And then all turns once per turn when your opponent's Digimon is deleted, this Digimon has an on-play effect, gain 1 memory. Pretty neat. Pretty neat. So it's kind of interesting how this line of this Digimon deck is kind of working. It's kind of like the idea that, yes, you always can't go for the on-play, you always can't pay for the on-play cost of 8 here, the 4, the 3. So basically what you can do is then Digivolve, and if you have that effect, you get a few other effects to go down the line. Killing something with 3k, killing something with 3k, gaining a memory. I wish that this wasn't so steep as an 8 cost for a prop of a 5k and to play a tamer, now realizing it's an on-play skill. It's not all that great. There might be weird niche things on it, but I don't think it's all that great. Now we have Volcanic Dramon. On play, delete all your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. That's very, very strong. For a 12 cost, just delete everything that has the lowest play cost, especially decks that can spam the same play cost dude, is very strong. If no Digimon was lead by this effect, your opponents can't play Digimon with DP at 5k or less until your opponent's in next turn. So it's very interesting, but the aspect is at 12, they can easily just hard play up a champion that's over 5k, Digivolve to the ultimate, Digivolve it to the mega. And then when attacking, if you have Tamer in play, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Very nice as well, just very, very nice as well. Very nice. Again, this has the Gallimon aspect of it, where Gallimon, the original Gallimon that got released in Special Booster 1, the first 3 boosters got smashed together. That Gallimon was also, if your opponent had 10 cards in trash, you could trash one of their cards. So this is very nice. This is just a when attacking as long as you own a Tamer, which is not too hard when clearly this Digimon and this Digimon are capable of getting you the Tamer and then playing the Tamer. So I could definitely see this Lavo line being put into Gallimon to help boost that threshold of deletion. That is for sure. But overall, neat little line. Not sure how much playability, but neat little line nonetheless. Another Chaos Dramon to help us all with the Machine Dramon's deck. Digivolve 1 from Machine Dramon, really nice. On play when Digivolving, on play / when Digivolving, by placing up to 3 red and or black level 5 cards with Cyborg in their traits and different card numbers from your hand or trash under this Digimon as its bottom Digi-Evolution card, de-Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon for each card placed by this effect. That is very, very nice, especially because it's also on Digivolve as well. So a lot of the Cyborgs do have a lot of good, all the cyborgs do have a lot of good inheritable skills. So being able to slot all of those in. So it's either up to 3 red and or 5. So it's up to. So you only get 3. So it's only up to a Digivolve level of 3. But still, that's very, very nice. Especially with some inheritable effects as well from the level 5s. When this Digimon would be deleted or returned to your hand or deck by trashing 2 level 5 cards in your this Digimon's Digievolution cards, prevent it from leaving the play. That's very nice as well. There are a lot of cards that spin this card back or delete it. That opponent wants to remove it. That's actually very, very nice. Now, it doesn't dodge the security effect of Chaos Degradation, because the Chaos Degradation security and main place it on the top or bottom of the security stack. You can't dodge that. And it can't dodge deletion effects by yellow. But still, a very new nice card for the Machinedramon archetype from EX Collection 1. Now we have Dorbikmon. He does have Rush, which is really nice. On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. For every Digievolution card with a trait containing Dragon, Saw, or Kurtopsian, this Digimon has add plus 2k DP to 2k to the DP you can choose with this effect. So that is very, very nice. So evolving up a line to then be able to delete something that's much stronger off the field. That's actually very nice. He does have Digicross as well. 5 Digimon cards with different names and traits containing Dragon, Saw, and whatever that last word is again. When you would play this card, you may place specified cards under it from hand or battle area under it. Each card placed reduces the play cost by 2. So very nice. So it reduces the play cost basically if you could put all 5 under it to 10, and then it's going to be a play cost of 3 to put down a level 6 that can then basically blow something up for 1300, which is really, really nice. That's actually really cool. Yeah, really cool. I think this is actually a pretty neat idea of what this dragon line can do, all this new dragon stuff that came out with Red. Overall, I don't think Red made a big splash. I feel it's very aggressive, just the way it's working with all its on-play skills. And then I like a lot of the inheritables that trigger if the above card it does have an on-play skill. Basically, you didn't want to use the on-play skill and Digivolve for the extra draw, which is very, very nice. I think that's actually a really cool idea. So overall, that's Red. The last few cards of Red just go into Pyrodramon, and that's really it. All right, to blue. Crabmon. On play, if you have a blue Digimon, one of your blue Digimon gains jamming. It can include himself for the turn. If this card was played from Digievolution cards, you may place one blue level 5 or lower Digimon card from your hand as that Digimon's bottom Digievolution card. That's really cool. So basically, you can play if he comes out of the resource. He can give him some jamming, and not mentioning that he can give something jamming, and then also just slot a blue level 5 Digimon under him. That's really cool. So this is actually pretty cool for Shakuamon and Metal Garurumon, the one that can spin sources out from your Digievolution sources. So that's really cool. I think that's a neat little card there. Snow Agumon. Inheritable, when one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digievolution cards would Digivolve, increase the Digievolution cost by 1. Woo! Blue Flare is going to get a new card. I know for a fact they're going to play. But neat effect nonetheless. Really, really about aggressively removing sources so that you can force your opponent to pay more cost to Digivolve up their dudes. I do quite like that. We have Ibidramon. On play, one of your blue Digimon gains blocker until the end of your opponent's turn. That's really nice. If this card was played from Digievolution cards, unspin that Digimon. Okay, so basically whatever Digimon you targeted to get blocker, you can unsuspend as well, which is really cool. And that's the same thing with Crabmon. Whatever you give for jamming to, you put the source under it. Okay, now rereading that. That's really nice. We got Cordramon. He can Digivolve to if the name contains Dracomon. That's really nice. So anything that's long as it's named Dracomon, He can just Digivolve 2 over him. That's really nice. He has Evade. What? When this Digimon will be deleted by spending this Digimon, prevent that deletion. That's a new effect right there. We've not had Evade before. That's quite interesting. When this Digimon would be deleted so by well, the only way, if it's unsuspended right now, the only way it would die is if it's by card effect. Okay. By spending this Digimon, prevent that deletion. Very interesting. All turns while this Digimon has Dramon or Examon in its name, this Digimon gains Evade. Also very interesting to give it as an inheritable. My guess is that the red line right here, the Vorvormon line, and then this Cordramon line that we're seeing right now, I bet that's going to help Examon. That's my guess right now, and we haven't read Examon yet, but I have a feeling it's going to be helping Examon. We have Haildramon. When Digivolving, trash one Digi-Evolution card of one of your opponent's Digimon. Very typical for blue. Opponent's turn. When an opponent's Digimon with no Digi-Evolution card would Digivolve, increases Digi-Evolution cost by 1. Very, very strong. Comboing that with Snow Agumon is very strong. So even just turning a 2-cost, let's say, champion into a 4-cost Digivolve champion. Or heck, even a 5-cost ultimate. So this is a very, very interesting line to try out for any blue decks. Now we have Wingdramon. He can Digivolve for 3 from Cordramon. So anything that has Cordramon in its name, he can just Digivolve for 3. He has Evade as well. Your turn, Examon in your hand may treat this card as a level 6 Digimon for DNA Digivolving. That's really cool, okay? End of your turn, and then it's also got the end of your turn DNA Digivolving, which is very interesting. So end of your turn still allows you to use your turn effect because it's still considered your turn. So do be mindful of that. Even though it says end of your turn, it's still considered your turn until you pass the turn to your opponent. Then it's considered their turn. But cool nonetheless. Very cool nonetheless. Now we have Cries Haildramon. When Digivolve and trash 2 Digivolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon, then one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack or block until the end of your opponent's next turn. Blue just continuing the stun engine in all of its fullness. Mega 𝐒𝐍𝐿. When attacking, you may play one blue level 3 Digimon card from one of your blue Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its memory cost. Really nice to combo with the Crabmon. And then, oh, look at that. The Crabmon can give this Mega 𝐒𝐍𝐿 jamming and then slot a new dude under the guy you ripped the Crabmon under. Slot a level 5 dude under this Mega 𝐒𝐍𝐿. When attacking once per turn, you may play one blue level 3 Digimon card from one of your blue Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its memory cost. Again, very, very nice. 𝐿𝐿𝐿, I think this is the first time we've seen another 𝐿𝐿𝐿. The first printed 𝐿𝐿𝐿 was from the original blue structure deck, and it was I believe a 10 cost or 12 cost vanilla. That was it. That was all it was. Now it's nice to see the Digimon getting another printing, or at least a new printing, I guess I should say. When Digivolve, you may play one blue level 3 Digimon card or one level 4 lower Digimon card with Aquatic, Sea Animal, or Aqua Beast. I like that they're really going into all of these typings right here. Like we have Mega, Data, but like its type. It's very, very, its trait, I guess I should say. I think that's its trait. One of its traits. So that's really cool that we're getting a lot more Digimon that are going after the trait. I think that's a really cool mechanic we're seeing right now with Digimon is going after probably even maybe Data, Virus, and Vaccine would be really cool card effects as well. But really cool we're using traits now to really change how the game is played. Or how to search out cards. In one of its trait, or use card effects. In one of its trait from one of your blue Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying its play cost, then you may place one blue Digimon card from your hand under the Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. So that's really nice. So you can either take a level 3 blue Digimon and pull it out, or you can take a level 4 or lower Digimon card that has aquatic, sea animal, or aqua beast from under one of your guys, and then you can slot a dude under this Pleziomon. All turns, once per turn, when you play a Digimon card from your Digi-Evolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon with a level equal to the played Digimon's level to the bottom of its owner deck. That's a very, very neat inheritable. Unless we see some that are going to be able to play level 6s and 5s, so far, what we're seeing is level 4 and 3. So it's not going to be spitting a lot of stuff back. If we see a few blue cards down the line here as we finish up blue that can go after, bring out level 5s and level 6s, then that's pretty much amazing. Being able to spin that level back. We got Slayerdramon. Can Digivolve for 3 from Wingedramon or Grounddramon. That's really cool. So basically, this level 6 can just Digivolve. Oh, Wingedramon's a level 5. Okay. But anyways, anything with the name Wingedramon or Grounddramon in its name, that's really cool. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend this Digimon. All right. So he can swing and just magically give himself unsuspension. All right, that's really nice. Start your opponent's main phase by suspending one of your Digimon with Dramon or 𝐒𝐓𝐄𝐃 in its name. Your opponent must attack with one of their Digimon. Very interesting. Forcing your opponent to have to attack. So we'll have to see if there's some cards that forbade of, being able to utilize this. Because that's very interesting to force your opponent to attack. By spending one of your Digimon with Dramon or 𝐒𝐓𝐃 in its name, your opponent must attack on their Digimon. That's very interesting, especially if your opponent is going to just try to build a board presence. It's very interesting to force them to have to swing with one of their guys. Very, very interesting. In the start of your opponent's main phase, so you'll have to do this right after the breeding phase. Start your opponent's main phase by spending one of your Digimon with Dramon or 𝐒𝐓𝐃 in its name. Your opponent must attack with one of their Digimon. That's also very nice and heritable. We'll have to see if there's some ways to abuse that. It's going to be very interesting just how exactly this is used to force your opponent to always be swinging with a Digimon. When able to, I guess I should say. It does not stop the summoning sickness conditioning of Digimon. Azulongmong. On play, draw 2 cards. Then if this card was played by the effect of Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, gain 2 memory. That's really cool. We'll have to read that. I bet that is an option card. On deletion, if you don't have Trial of the 4 Great Dragons in play, you may place 1 Trial of the 4 Great Dragons from your hand onto your battle area. Very cool. And then finally, we have 𝐒𝐺𝐷RAMON. This warship-looking Digimon. Very interesting. When Digimon, you may play 1 level 3 Digimon card, blue Digimon card, or a Digimon with Seadramon in its name, or with Aqua or Sea Animal in one of its trait from your Digi-Evolution cards of one of your blue Digimon without paying its play cost. Opponent's turn, once per turn, when your opponent plays a Digimon, you may activate one of this Digimon's Wind Digivolving effects. Okay, that's really cool. So you can either bring out a blue level 3 Digimon or a 𝐒𝐺𝐷RAMON, which Mega 𝐒𝐺𝐷RAMON is a 𝐒𝐺𝐷RAMON, or an Aqua or Sea Animal. Now you can't bring out Pleziomon. Pleziomon is a Plesiosaurus. He is a Saurus though, funny enough. But that is really cool. That's able to actually proc the effects of Pleziomon right here. When you play a Digimon card with Digi-Evolution cards, return one of your opponent's Digimon. So basically having this as your as a level 6, because this is a level 7, being able to have him as your level 6 inheritable, going over 𝐒𝐺𝐷RAMON, being able to bring out like Mega 𝐒𝐺𝐷RAMON, and then interrupting your opponent's play by spinning their level 5 back to their hand. Because again, if they go to when your opponent plays a Digimon, so anytime they play a Digimon, you can trigger his Wind Digivolving effect, which is very, very nice. A very good way to interrupt your opponent's play lines. Very, very strong indeed. Well, blue is blue. Blue is basically, looks like some Examon cards, some control cards, very control cards, and a new interesting deck strategy with 𝐒𝐺𝐷RAMON. So that's pretty much blue. It's just control.deck again. That's all blue has ever been. It's controlled.deck. All right, yellow with Agumon. Your turn, once per turn. When you play Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its trait or place Trial of the Great Dragons in the battle area, draw 1 card. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I wanted to check here real quick. He does have the 4 Great Dragons is on Azulamong's trait. Then we have Patamon. On play, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow card with Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel, Virtue, Sephiroth, Authority, Throne, or Cherub, other than the 3 great angels, which is Cherubimon, Seraphimon, and Ophanimon. They're the 3 great angels. In one of its trait, and 1 card with 4 great dragons in its trait. Among them to your hand, return the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. Very interesting indeed. This is a very interesting set. I will say that just so far what we read. We have Airdramon. On play, look at your security stack, then reveal 1 card in it and add it to your hand. If that card is yellow, trigger recover 1. Woo! Look everyone, it's TK! TK! Fun enough, this does exactly what TK states. TK basically was the same thing. Grab a card out of your security stack. If it's yellow, recover 1. Airdramon on play. Take a look. Reveal any 1 card you want. If it's yellow, recover 1. And then shuffle your security stack. It's basically just TK, except TK is a memory tamer. This is not a memory tamer. That's just basically it. Agatomon! On play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck. Add 1 yellow card with Angel, Archangel, Fallen Angel, Virtue, Seraph, Authority, Throne, or Cherub, other than the 3 great angels, in one of its trait, and 1 card with 4 great dragons in its traits. Among them to your hand, return the rest of the bottom of your deck in the order. Basically, it's just the same thing as Patamon, just on a champion. Your turn. Once per turn, when this Digimon with 4 great dragons and its trait is played, that Digimon gains Rush. All right. That's really cool. Again, Rush means that it can attack the turn it enters. It does not care about summoning sickness. Veedramon. When Digivolve, reveal top 4 cards your deck. Add 1 yellow Digimon card with Dramon in its name and 1 card with 4 great dragons in its trait among them and add to your hand. Place remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Your turn, once per turn, when you play a Digimon card with 4 great dragons trait, that Digimon gains Rush. So basically it does the same thing that Gatomon does, but well, I guess Gatomon's level 4. Here's another level 4 you can Digivolve like over the Patamon. But still, very, very nice. Meedramon. Miramon? Meedramon? I think it's Meedramon. On play, one of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -2. Very, very strong. And then if you have a Digimon with 4 sovereigns in its trait and play, gain 2 memory. Also very, very strong. I guess on Zulongmong, there is a yellow blue on Zulongmong, so I mean you can play that to make sure you have out one of the great 4 sovereigns. Because none of the sovereigns are yellow. Zulongmong was originally blue, the turtle is green, the tiger is black, and oh my gosh, who's the last? Oh, and the bird is fire. And Zulongmong's the only one that has had Zulongmong's now have 3 printings, but Zulongmong's the only one who actually has a dual color printing with yellow. But neat nonetheless. I do like the minus security effect. That's very, very strong for yellow. Arrow Veedramon. When Digivolving, if you don't have a trial of the Great Dragons in play, you may place 1 from your hand onto the battle area. All right. Opponent's turn. While you have a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its trait or a trial of the 4 Great Dragons in play, Digimon gains blocker. That's very, very nice. Opponent's turn. All your Digimon with 4 Great Dragons also gain blocker. Also very nice. Now we have Anjawamon. When Digivolving, if you don't have a trial of the 4 Great Dragons in the battle, you may place 1 trial of the 4 Great Dragons from your hand in the battle area. Your turn once per turn when you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in its trait, or place 1 trial of the 4 Great Dragons in the battle area. One of your opponent's Digimon gets -3 KDP for the turn. That's okay. Your turn once per turn when you play a Digimon with 4 Great Dragons in the trait, or place a trial of the 4 Great Dragons in the battle area. One of your opponent's Digimon gets -3 KDP for the turn. Yeah, that's okay. But at least it's yellow. Yellow has plenty of other ways to reduce DP. So it just adds on to all of that DP reduction ability. Goldramon. This is a very interesting looking Digimon art. When Digievolve, you may place one card with 4 great dragons in its trait from your trash to your hand. Nice. I swear, I hope this, whatever this Trial of the 4 Great Dragons is, has 4 Great Dragons in its trait. That'd be hilarious. Then you can add that card back. Not probably going to happen, but that'd be pretty cool. When attacking, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6k DP for the turn. I do like that. Then by returning one Magnagermon and one Azulangmon and one Megagermon from your trash to the bottom of your deck, trash the top 2 cards of your opponent's security stack. That's actually really cool. Now, yes, you have to play Maggermon, you have to play Azulangmon, and you have to play Megagermon. He's I believe that is Gilmon's level 6 when he went like crazy. I think that's Megagermon. I think there's a Megagermon in this set. But nonetheless, that is a really cool effect, just to basically just trash 2 cards out of your opponent's security stack, and then basically also minus 6k as well. And then finally, Maggermon. On play, all your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -1. Very, very nice. All right, and if this card was played by the effective Trial of the 4 Great Dragons, all of your opponent's Digimon gain security attack -2. All right, so just buff it by 1. That's even better. On deletion, if you don't have Trial of the 4 Great Dragons in the battle area, put 1 Trial of the 4 Great Dragons from your hand into your battle area. All right, what was yellow? The 4 Great Dragons. That's all yellow was. That's all this set is about, is the 4 Great Dragons. That's all yellow is about playing using the 4 Great Dragons and Trial of the 4 Great Dragons. That's all yellow is. So take it with what you want. The only guy who's like the odd man out of that whole deck was Mirujamon, but he's not really, because to use Goldramon's effect to trash 2 security, you need to be playing the Zulongmon in your deck. So he makes sense here too. Yellow is basically just the 4 Great Dragons. Is she 4 Yeah, she's one of the 4 Great Dragons. Okay, very, very interesting yellow cards we have. Let's move on to some green cards. Let's see what green gives us. Can Digivolve from 0 from a Badermon, which is really nice. Basically, if you wanted to play any color Badermon, Germon. On play, reveal top 4 cards of your deck, add 1 blue or green card with Germon and its name and 1 card with 𝐒𝐓𝐿 and its name among them to your hand. Return the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Very, very nice to cycle into your 𝐒𝐓𝐿 and then anything else you need with Germon at the end of its name. All turns, once per turn, when one of your Digimon with Germon or 𝐒𝐓𝐿 in its name becomes suspended, this Digimon gets plus 1k DP. Basically, again, surviving, being able to use that evade, also being able to survive any further attacks coming at it is very nice. Again, because evade suspends it, so since evade suspends it, you'll need to be able to protect yourself from any upcoming attacks. We got Pumamon. Your turn, when an effect suspends this Digimon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Basically, Bloom Lord Mon is basically just going to take that to use for its own nature. We have another Cordramon. This can just Digivolve 2 from any Dracomon. It has blocker, which is very, very nice. In all turns, while this Digimon has Germon or 𝐒𝐓𝐿 in its name, it gains blocker. So basically, you can even turn the 𝐒𝐓𝐿 into a blocker. That's very nice. You have Parasauramon. Funny enough, he has a Sora. He is a dinosaur. Your turn, when you would play a green Digimon card by suspending this Digimon, reduces play cost by 1. That's very, very nice. Again, it's by play cost, but still, being able to suspend it is very nice. Again, working with Bloom Lordamon from BT10. Your turn, once per turn, when an effect suspends your Digimon, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Very nice as well. We have Groundramon. He can Digivolve for 3 over any Cordramon. He has blocker, and your turn, if you have 𝐒𝐓𝐿 in your hand, again, he gets to treat himself like he's level 6. So 𝐒𝐓𝐿 looks to be being able to DNA Digivolve over blue-green. It makes sense. I think a lot of the green support we're going to see is for 𝐒𝐓𝐿, and then so a lot of the blue support we saw was for 𝐒𝐓𝐿 as well. And then end your turn, you may DNA Digivolve. All right, really neat. We have Torpeomon. When Digivolving, this Digimon is suspended, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Again, very nice. Your turn once per turn, when one of your Digimon becomes suspended by an effect, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Again, very nice. I feel like this little line right here is very, very good for Bloom Lordmon's game plan. We have Entmon. He had Digisorption 3, another Digisorption card. Again, he can reduce his play cost by suspending one of your Digimon to 3. He basically goes to a play cost of 1, which is very nice for a level 5. Which also then procs basically all 3 of these guys: the Pomumon, the Parasaurusmon, and then the Torpiamon. And then when Digivolving, if you have 2 or more suspended Digimon, play unsuspend this Digimon. That's actually very nice, being able to suspend one of your dudes and then basically Digivolve him over a suspended guy. As long as you have 2 or more, then basically unsuspend him. Very nice. Then we have Breakdramon. He can Digivolve for 3 from a Ground Dramon or a Wing Dramon. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon becomes suspended, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Again, very nice. But this is going to be more for the Examon line more than just the like Bloom Lordmon's aspect. All turns, once per turn, when one your Digimon with Dramon or Examon in its name deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Very, very strong. All turns, once per turn, when one of your Digimon with Dramon or Examon in its name deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. Wow, that's very funny. Because the aspect of having to force your opponent to attack with one of their Digimon. So if this is right, we'll have to see if some rulings come out. If Slayer Dramon states that by suspending it, one of your opponent's Digimon must attack. If it must attack, the question would be, and you can let me know down in the comments your thoughts, if the Digimon has to actually swing at like Slayer Dramon or whatever is above Slayer Dramon. Because if it does, it has to swing at Slayer Dramon. That is completely great to then have the effect of Breaker Dramon to then be able to say, okay, you swung in, now you die because you were forced to do so. I'm going to trash 1 more security card from your security stack. That's actually very nice, if that is how it's going to be ruled. We'll have to see when QAs and stuff like that come out. Again, let me know down in the comments what your thoughts of that is. But if that is true, that is very, very strong, in my opinion. Because again, Security Control is the only known deck right now to really be able to cycle back its security heavily. Yellow can do it, but depends on the yellow build. And Yellow Hybrid can do it, but I don't know if we'll see a lot of Yellow Hybrid, especially since the ban list came out. I mean, it restricted one of their good cards, but I think they can still play. And then finally we have Hydramon. When Digivolving, you may spin 1 Digimon. Okay, that's really nice. It basically spins any Digimon. All turns, once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon is suspended, gain 1 memory for each other suspended Digimon with plant, vegetation, or fairy in its traits in play. Again, this is very, very nice for Bloom Lordmon. This is another level 6 for that deck. Into your turn, once per turn, if you have 2 or more suspended Digimon with plant, vegetation, or fairy, in one of their traits, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Also very, very strong indeed. So, yeah. Well, overall, green didn't get much. As you can see, it's one whole line of cards. But what it got was cards that buff EXmon and cards that buff Bloom Lordmon. That's basically it. 2 decks. That's all this supports. But at least it gets us go support a deck from BT10 and a deck coming out from EX Collection 3. And woo, baby. Black May only got 1 line, but it looks like all of the brigade got more support. So let's check it out. Another Commandramon. Decoy D Brigade. That's really nice. So he can basically, decoy was that if a Digimon dies by would be deleted by opponent's effect, you can basically then delete this Commandramon instead. That's very very good. So basically, if you're looking to still play Commandramon spam, this is a nice Commandramon to have. This is not D Brigade. But it is a bird dragon. Your turn, once per turn, when you play Hina Kurikara, gain 1 memory. Very nice. All turns if your Digimon has an on-play effect, this Digimon gains 1000 DP. So basically, this is just the black line that went with that's now going with the red line we saw. We got Jazzardramon. Okay, figured it out. On play, reveal top 4 cards your deck. Add 1 Digimon with Rock Dragon, Earth Dragon, Bird Dragon, Machine Dragon, or Sky Dragon in its trait, and 1 𝐒𝐻𝐿 among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Your turn, while Digimon has an on play effect, Digimon gates plus 1000 DP. So very interesting. So it looks like the black line 2 lowest are for DP additions, but the red lines 2 highest or 2 lowest were for deleting your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. We have a new 𝐒𝐎 Woo, this one's got jamming. That's actually very neat to see a jamming black Digimon. Jamming has been exclusively almost all blue. Always been in blue. Your turn, once per turn, when you play another Digimon with D Brigade in its trait, this Digimon gains Rush for a turn. Okay, that's actually really cool as well. Especially with the proccing Commandramon. Being able to swing it, it dies, and if it procs up a new Commandramon, being able to give whatever level 5s above this and giving it Rush is very nice. Then we have Cyberdramon. All turns, while you have a suspended tamer in play, Digimon gets plus 2k DP. Pretty neat. Tankdramon. When Digivolving, real top 3 cards of deck, you may play 1 Digimon card with a play cost of 5 or less with D Brigade in its trait among them without paying its cost. Trash remaining cards. So that's very interesting. Basically, again, the other Tankdramon, I believe, did the kind of the same thing, or if at least it added a D Brigade to your hand. This one's really nice to play D Brigade. D Brigade, if you had never seen it play, is all just about spamming the board presence. You just spam with a whole bunch of dudes and then go swing, and then you'll be able to bring out Darkdramon, who was able to spin back 5 D Brigades to reduce his play cost by 5, or by 2 for each, or you gain that memory back basically. Then make him a play cost of 3 with Rush, which is very nice. And then your turn, once per turn, when one of your Digimon with D Brigade in its trait attacks, reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. You may play 1 Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost, trash remaining card. That's actually very nice as well. That's very nice. Very nice indeed. 𝐒𝐍𝐉𝐎𝐘. I have no idea how you're supposed to say this. On play, Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon, and then you may play 1 𝐒𝐻𝐿 from your hand while paying its memory cost. I feel a little better with this effect on play for 7, which is 1 less than the red level 5 that we saw. Then the delete something for 5k or less DP, 5k or less DP, and then going and playing that. And then playing the Tamer. Your turn, while this Digimon has an on-play effect, it gains security attack plus 1. Very nice. Now we have Metallicdramon. On play, Digivolve 1 of all your opponent's Digimon. Alright, then delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. Alright, not bad. If no Digimons leave by this effect, all your opponent's unsuspended Digimon can Digivolve into your opponent's next turn. Woo! Okay, so basically, as long as you can't delete anything, all these Digimon are worthless to Digivolve over. Wow. While you have a tamer in play, Digimon gains blocker and reboot. That's even more hilarious. So, wow, that's more hilarious. Oh man, this is a very interesting card. Very interesting card. And finally, we have Darkdramon. One of your Digimon would Digivolve into this card by returning up to 5 cards with D Brigade. Trade from your trash to the top of your deck. For each card return, you may reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Your turn, once per turn, you may play another Digimon card with D Brigade in its trait. Delete 1 of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost lower than or equal to the played Digimon's play cost and unsuspend this Digimon. Very interesting. This is a very interesting Darkdramon, where the other one had Rush on play by spinning 5 dudes back. Again, reducing, gaining memory back per, gaining 2 memory back per, D Brigade you send back to the bottom of your top of your deck. This one reduces its Digievolution cost, so basically making him free for every D Brigade, and that's the same for the other Darkdramon. So I could definitely see D Brigade making a very interesting splash, especially now with all of its new tools. With 3 different D Brigades all getting effects if another D Brigade comes out onto the field is very, very interesting. So 2 inheritables that give rush that allow you to play out basically a command Dramon. Well, no, this basically, if this Digivolve's over, you'll be able to proc this effect, because as long as a command Dramon battles, then you'll be able to proc this effect when you play another Digimon with D-Brigade, basically, as long as the top 2 cards of your deck was one of them is D-Brigade. But if you're playing D-Brigade, your deck is probably just full of D-Brigades, and it's delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost lower than or equal to the play Digimon's cost. So nonetheless, that is very cool. Now, this only plays command Dramon, so you only be able to delete like 3 to 5 cost. But nonetheless, the D-Brigade stuff is very, very nice. As someone who loves D-Brigade, it's very cool to see them getting more support. But overall, black is basically just, again, what the Jazzamon line is the same as the Vormon line. It just does giving DP buffs and doing D-Digivolving effects. And then the Command Dramon stuff is very neat, and Cyber Dramon is just here. So that's black. Now we move on to purple with Wormmon, the other color for the new purple-red Imperial Dramon. On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 red or purple card with free in this trait and 1 card with Imperial Dramon's name from among them to your hand, and trash 1 card following the same requirements. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. What that's really nice to do is being able to grab a red or purple free Digimon or an Imperial Dramon and then trashing specifically either Dino B or a Pyeel Dramon. That's what you're specifically looking to trash, is either Dino B or Imperial Dramon, so you can use Dino B or Imperial Dramon, Pyeel Dramon's DNA Digivolving effect to bring that out and to then go to Jogress into Imperial Dramon Dragon mode. We got Guilmon. You can Digivolve over 0 over any Gigimon. On deletion, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. If no Digimon's lead by this effect, trash top 2 cards of both players' decks. I actually like the trashing effect there. Again, the self-mill does hurt, but again, purple's always been about self-mill. But it's really nice to see we're seeing more and more cards going into milling your opponent's deck. I feel like milling out your opponent's deck and then achieving victory that way is more or less going to come to fruition in the card game, as many card games do have this as a mechanic to win games. Growlmon, he can Digivolve for 2 if the name contains Guilmon. When Digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less. If no Digimon was lead by this effect, trash the top 2 cards of your opponent, both players' decks. Again, very, very nice. When attacking once per turn, by deleting one of your other Digimon, this Digimon gains a key attack +1 for the turn. Also, very nice. We have Shadramon. This is the evolution of Wormmon, and he does the exact same thing as Flame Dramon. He just targets a Digimon that can Digivolve into a red level 4 Digimon card with free instead of a purple. And he does the same thing, or you can choose to DNA Digivolve, and at the end of your turn, DNA Digivolve. He's the exact same thing as a Flame Dramon. Got Tyrannomon. On deletion, spam one of your opponent's Digimon. Neat. We have 𝐒𝐓𝐃 He has blocker, and in all turns while Digimon has no Digivolution cards, it can't attack or block. Also very neat. Dino Beamon. He Digivolves for free for a DNA Digivolves for free over a purple and red level 4. When DNA Digivolving, he basically just grabs up Pyodramon from your trash, plays it for free, and then on deletion he just plays a Wormmon. And then again, you can immediately just right afterwards DNA Digivolve because of Shadramon and of or Flame Dramon. And your turn, while Digimon has Imperial Dramon in its name, it can also attack your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. Also, very, very nice. Now we have War Growlmon. He can Digivolve for 3 from a level 4 with Growlmon in its name. And then when Digivolving, trash top 3 cards of both players' deck. Then if you or your opponent's trash has 5 or more cards, you may play 1 Guilmon or Takato Matsuda, basically Takato being Guilmon's tamer, from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. I can definitely see where this line is going to go. It's going to go into the Gallantmon deck. The new Guilmon line is definitely going to go into the Gallantmon deck. Now the boy himself, Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode! with Jogress. Now, the few we've had, the original, which had jamming, was a Digivolve cost. The one from the structure deck was a Digivolve cost. Now we get to DNA Digivolve to Dragon mode. When Digivolving, your opponent chooses one of their Digimon, destroy all other opponent's Digimon other than the chosen Digimon. That is a board control card if I have ever seen one. Basically, if your opponent's going spam board and you can just say, yeah, you're going to keep one dude and the rest are going to go away, then blitz. So basically, if you pass the turn, basically like Flame Dramon or Shade Dramon had passed the turn, and then again, being able to melee then DNA Digivolve, summon out a dude, then melee DNA Digivolving into Imperial Dramon Dragon mode, and then triggering Dragon mode's effect to then pop the entirety of the board, your opponent's board, except the one dude, then gaining Blitz, which means thanks to Dino Beamon, you can then swing into the guy that's left on your opponent's side of the board to clean it up. Basically just wiping their board clean of anybody. And then when attacking once per turn, this Digimon gets +2 KDP for the turn. Then this Digimon may Digivolve into an Imperial Dramon Fire mode in your hand for its Digi-Evolution cost. Just continue down the line. So basically just swing, Digivolve into a dude. Which we'll read what the Fighter mode does here soon, but woo, man, I love this Dragon mode. If this is going to make me want to play Imperial Dramon in BT10 EX Collection 3 meta, then this is the reason for it. This is the reason for it. This card is a house of a card. It feels like a little bit of a power creep card because of just how powerful the DNA Digivolving effect goes. Again, it only gets that effect if it DNA Digivolves. But now it gets Blitz if it normally Digivolves, but it will not be able to wipe the board clean. Forcing your opponent to choose one dude and then just ripping the rest of the board presence away, and then being able to swing thanks to Blitz over that dude because of Dino B's ability to attack unsuspended Digimon means that you can control board presence that turn, forcing your opponent immediately back. Impressive, impressive, impressive. Woo! Now here we go. Yes, 𝐒𝐓𝐃𝐿. I thought it was 𝐒𝐒𝐃𝐿. Okay, so we now have them all. So we've seen 𝐒𝐿𝐃𝐿, 𝐒𝐒𝐃𝐿, and what was the final one that we can spin back to? Like 𝐿𝐿𝐃𝐿. Okay. The problem is, though, I think all my 𝐒𝐒𝐃𝐿s are purple. So it's a little weird to throw it in a yellow deck. Okay, this card is also considered as Chaos Gallimon. On deletion, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon if this card was played by the effect of Trial of the Four Great Dragons. Add one into the maximum level of the Digimon you can choose with this effect. So basically, level 6 is all you get to choose. But that most decks aren't running a level 7. So basically, you're just blowing always up their megas. On deletion, if you don't have a Trial of the Four Great Dragons card in play, you may place one from your hand in the battle area. All right. Really neat card. Purple overall. Purple is a new addition to the Gallimon strategy that helps mills out your opponent a little bit. And the other side to Imperial Dramon. And then just a few random cards of Tranamon if you're a Tranamon player. But overall, I like the Gilmon stuff a little bit. I think that has its place. The 𝐒𝐒𝐃𝐿 has its place. And I love the Imperial Dramon stuff from this set from this line as well. And I definitely love the Imperial Dramon Dragon mode. All right. Hina Kurihari, the tamer we've read for the Vorvokemon and the what was his Jazamon line. All right. Well, let's see what this tamer does. At the start of your turn, if your opponent has a Digimon in play, gain 1 memory. All right. Your turn, when one of your Digimon Digivolves into a Digimon with Rock Dragon, Earth Dragon, Machine Dragon, or Sky Dragon is trait by suspending this tamer, activate one of the Digimon's on-play effects. Okay, that's very interesting. So this is what this tamer is actually able to do. It's able to trigger all their on-play skills, even though you Digivolve the Digimon. So that's actually very cool. So that now allows me to feel more comfortable with being able to use the level 5 Jazarchimon and the level 5 Lavogaritomon a little better because I'm going to be able to Digivolve for the 3 cost and then tap this tamer to trigger their on-play skills. All right, neat tamer. All the tamers have the same security effect. If it's found in security, play it for free. Every tamer's had it. I don't think I've ever seen a tamer that doesn't do that. All right. One tamer, it just goes with the anything that has one of these in it. If it's Rock Dragon, Earth Dragon, Machine Dragon, or Sky Dragon. That's all it's going to be good for. Let's hit those option cards. All right. Now we have Hyper Infinity Cannon. While you have a level 6 Digimon with Machine in its trait in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. So that's very nice. As long as you have a level 6 machine, you do not have to have a yellow, a red, and black on the field. Main, Digivolve 3, one of your opponent's Digimon, then by placing one card with Cyborg in its trait from your hand or trash under one of your level 6 Digimon with Machine in its trait as its Bond Digivolution card, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6k DP or less. That's a pretty neat, especially being able to Digivolve 3 is very nice. I don't know how much it's going to be used, but nonetheless, a very neat card nonetheless. We have Sorari. Main, trash the top 4 Digi-Evolution cards of one of your opponent's Digimon. All your opponent's Digimon with no Digi-Evolution cards can attack into your opponent's turn ends. So basically till their next turn ends. And then Inheritable is activate its main. This Inheritable is activate its main. The Hyper Infinity is activate main. And security for the Sorari is activate main. Another card I think Blue Flare is going to be using 100%. Blue is just all about stripping sources and controlling board and using that to then control your opponent's board. Being able to keep them from attacking, blocking, digivolving, all that stuff. Fatal Flare. Main, one of your opponent's Digimon gets -6k DP for the turn, then you may return one card with 4 Great Dragons and its trait from your trash to your hand. All right, pretty neat. Security, you can just activate its main effect. Now then, Trial of the 4 Great Dragons. The card we've read so much about in yellow. Main, draw one, then place this card in your battle area. Main, it has delay, so you have to crack it on your following turn. So when you go to crack it, play one card with 4 Great Dragons in its trait from your hand without paying its memory cost. Okay? This Digimon played with this effect can't Digivolve to a level 7 and is deleted at the end of your opponent's turn. Alright. Yeah. For an 8 cost just to throw at a dude, that's why there's so many cards that are just put one into your battle area. That's why it's really, really nice of just how much yellow is able to spam out this card and how much like Meigdramon is able to do it, being able to put this card onto the field so that you can utilize it. But yeah, I think it's a really cool card, especially if you can play it from your hand and not have to pay 8 memory to play it, especially since playing for 8 memory just draws you a singular card. It's better to see probably out of your security and better to be played by an effect. But overall, really neat. Basically just able to summon out a big dude for free. And then again, a lot of those cards didn't trigger their on-play skills and yeah, fun. Avalon's Gate. Activate one of the following effects. If you have a Digimon with Exmon in its nameplate, activate all the following effects instead. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and one of your Digimon gains Pierce for the turn. Very nice. And unsuspend one of your Digimon. All right. So you can just give this Digimon that you unsuspend the Pierce. Nice. And then security, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and unsuspend one of your Digimon. Again, very nice, very strong 3-cost card, especially for Examon. Laser Cannon. Main, Digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon, and then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. That's pretty neat. And then we have Migdo Flame. Main, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. By deleting one of your Digimon, you may delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon instead. Woo! Really nice. Again, Purple does not really care about deleting their own stuff. A lot of their stuff has effects on deletion that get the trigger. In security, you may play one Guilmon for your trash without paying its memory cost. Very, very nice. Well, that's the options. The options support the decks they are for. Sometimes they're hits, sometimes they're miss. It really matters if the deck's going to play them. I feel if you're going to play the 4 Great Dragons, you're going to be playing this one. If you're going to play probably Blue Flare, you're going to play Sorari. And if you're probably going to play maybe something purple, Migdo Flame is not actually that bad of a card, and Avalon's Gate is really good for 𝐒𝐲𝐿. Now, Imperialdramon Fighter Mode. So he can Digivolve if the name contains Dragon Mode. Again, this is also the same as the other fighter mode that we had that is for green-blue. You only need to Digivolve it over a Digimon that has Dragon Mode in its name for 2 as well. So you can actually throw the blue-green one in this deck as well, and you can throw this red-purple one into the blue-green build as well, if you're feeling spicy. When Digivolve, he has Pierce, which is very great, especially with Dino B, especially because Imperialdramon states that when it attacks, you can just Digivolve up into a fighter mode. So that's very nice to swing into the last guy. Again, swinging on unsuspended dude and being able to then have Pierce. When Digivolve, by return 1 Imperialdramon Dragon Mode from this Digimon's Digievolution cards to the bottom of its owner's deck, it doesn't activate security effects on cards it checks for the turn. Folks, Security Control is definitely one of those decks that runs rampant throughout any meta. It always evolves to the meta. Sometimes it disappears, sometimes it reappears. We're seeing more and more cards be able to ignore security effects. And this is just another card that can do that. And then on deletion, you may play 1 Wormmon and 1 𝐕𝐺mon for your trash without paying its memory cost. Nonetheless, this is a very cool fighter mode with Pierce and with the ability not to activate any security effects. Is very, very nice. He's also really nice because he just Digivolves for 2 over anything with Dragon Mode in its name. And all he needs to do is just send an Imperialdramon Dragon Mode to the bottom from his source to the bottom of its owner's deck to basically just trigger his effect to basically not activate security effects. So do be very mindful to probably maybe consider teching this in blue-green as a very interesting tech choice. Now, blue-green, you can't go swinging to attack and then Digivolve into him like you can for Imperialdramon Dragon Mode over here. But he's still very nice as a follow-up next turn to then be able to Digivolve for the 2, spin the 1 dude back onto your deck, and then basically swing in for damage and not proc security effects. And finally, the final Royal Knight 𝐒𝐲𝐿 is here before us. All right, DNA Digivolve for free from a green level 6 and a blue level 6. All right, so basically we've seen that Groundramon and Wingdramon can basically treat themselves as level 6. When Digivolve, you may place 1 green or blue Digimon card with Dramon in its name from your hand at the bottom of this Digimon's Digievolution cards. Then when DNA Digivolve, you may place 1 green or blue Digimon card with Dramon in its name with 12k DP or less from your hand without paying its memory cost. Alright, so basically if you just Digivolve him per normal, you just get the first effect of placing a dude under him. But if you DNA Digivolve, then you get to pull a 12k or less DP blue or green Dramon from his source and play it on the field without paying its memory cost. Nonetheless, it is very, very neat effect. All turns, once per turn, when this Digimon is suspended, unsuspend it and suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Alright, very neat as well. 𝐒𝐲𝐿 is very cool. The secrets, I feel 𝐒𝐲𝐿 is not, I don't know how much of a splash he's going to make, but he's a very neat deck. And Imperialdramon Fighter Mode is just amazing to go with the purple-red Imperialdramon. Well, that is the set. As much as I quite enjoy this very dragon-based set, I do not think it's right for Bandai to release this set 2 weeks after everyone gets BT10. I don't think that's right. Maybe a month or 2 into the BT10 format, you want to release 𝐒𝐔 Collection 3? Go right ahead, but not 2 weeks after the release. Overall, I'm excited for this set. I really, really like the theme of dragons in this set, as much as we read as many dragons as possible. And there are a few decks in here that I really want to tinker with. Well, I hope you all enjoyed. Do let me know down in the comments your thoughts on Bandai releasing this 2 weeks after BT10's worldwide official release. Let me know also your thoughts on the ban list as well. I'm probably not going to do a reaction video to it, but do let me know down in the comments below what you think about Shaman X4 going to 1, Calling of the Darkness going to 1, Sunrise Blaster going to 1, and Doro Greymon going to 1. And do make sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notified when my videos go for live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Mama Dragon's TCG and Miniatures.